Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time visiting, I appreciate you stopping in. My channel focuses on fashion, beauty, home, and just general lifestyle. If this is something that floats your boat, then please consider subscribing. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about dining etiquette and table manners, the basics that I believe we all should know. Whether you're a host, a hostess, or a guest, I believe that these basic principles and these basic rules we should all follow so that we remain elegant, we're confident, and we're comfortable, doesn't matter where we're dining. I'm actually going to show you or teach you how to behave before the meal, during the meal, and after the meal. So come on and let's go. So the first thing we want to do is think about where we're going to sit. Now, if you're the hostess or the host, then you're going to escort your guests to the appropriate seat, whichever one you want them to take. If you're the guest, then you're going to wait on the hostess to bring you to your seat. Now, remember, if you're the hostess, especially if you're having a dinner at home, like I am doing today, then you want to make sure that your guest gets the best seat with the best view, the beautiful view, the entryway, and everything. When you're being seated and when you're at the dining table, you want to make sure that your cell phone is put away in your bag and you do not have conversations on your cell phone during your meal. That's bad manners. If you want to use your cell phone, then of course you can excuse yourself if you have like an important call to make, and then you go use your cell phone. Now, the next thing, your bag should be placed on a seat that is empty, or you can place it on a table that is empty or somewhere else, but never leave your bag on the floor because that's considered bad luck. Now that we're seated, now here's my table setting. But before I think about the table setting, I want to make sure, and you have to make sure, that your posture is correct. You're not hunched over, you're sitting upright, and you have to make sure that your back is not against the back of the chair. Now, this is at my home, so I normally have like a pillow in the chair, but if I should remove the pillow, then you'll see the amount of space that's left back here. So that gives me the opportunity to sit upright and to make sure that when I'm eating, I can bring the food to, as opposed to bringing my face down. So think about it. If I'm sitting all the way back here and leaning on the back of the chair, even if I put the chair a little more in, then I'm going to tend to bend over like that to eat, and that's not cute. Even if you go to a restaurant or somebody else's home and they won't have a pillow in the chair, then just remember that you should leave some space behind. You could also put your bag or your pocketbook behind here if there's no empty seat or anywhere for you to hang your bag. There's no bag holder or anything. You can feel free to put it here, or you can also put it in your lap under your napkin. Let's talk about our table setting so that we know which utensils to use when we are being served. First, we have our napkin with our napkin ring. We have our soup bowl, our salad plate, or dinner plate, our service plate or charger. We have our soup spoon, or salad knife, salad fork, dinner knife, dinner fork. Now, always remember that when we are eating, we're going to use utensils from outside in. So that means the first thing that we're going to use is the spoon for our soup. Next, we're going to use our salad utensils. Then we're going to use our dinner utensils. Here we have our bread plates, or butter knife, dessert fork, and dessert spoon. Over here, we also have a bread plate and a butter knife. So we need to know which ones to use so that we are not confused with using our dining partners' utensils or plates. We also have some glasses here and glasses here. We want to make sure that we're using the correct glass that is designated for us. How do we determine which bread plate is ours and which glass is ours? Something that I used to remember: on the left side, my plate. So left bread plate, L, B. So left bread. Right, I'll have my glasses for my drinks. So in my head, I'm like little black dress, LBD. So little black dresses are normally worn to dinners. So that might sound cheesy, but that's what I use. So left for the bread and then the drink, LBD. Okay, so this bread plate is on my right. So this one could never be mine. Okay, this is for the person that is sitting right there. We're going to talk a little bit about our glasses. Glasses are usually set out from the lowest to the highest, right? Not that we really need to know if we're a guest, like which glass is which, because normally the hostess or whoever is serving the drinks will serve it in the appropriate glass. But what if you're a host? You want to make sure that you know these things so that when you are hosting a dinner or a dinner party, then you'll know which glass to put out based on which drinks you'll be serving. So here I have my water glass or my water goblet. This one does not have a stem, and you usually hold it at the bottom and have your drink, right? This glass right here, it is the red wine glass, and you want to hold it like this. Red wines are usually served at room temperature. So if you hold it like this, then it doesn't matter if your hand warms the drinks, right? But never hold it like this because that's not cute. This is a white wine glass. When you're holding your white wine, you want to hold it all the way down by the stem because this wine is served chilled. So you never want to hold it up here so that your hand gets the drink warm. You want to make sure that it's at the temperature that it was served at for as long as it can be. It is a bit more narrow than the red wine glass, and it also has like a tapered top. Right here you have a champagne glass or a champagne flute. Notice that this glass is very narrow, and champagne of course is sparkling, so when the fact that it is narrow, it makes the fizz stay a little longer in your drink. Now we are ready for our meal. Before you start eating, always remember to put your napkin in your lap. All right, you can place a napkin like this on your lap, just stretched out, or you can fold the napkin, which I prefer to do. Now I fold it like this so that if my finger gets dirty, I can wipe my finger underneath and I can put it back like this so no one will ever know. Now my napkin is on here. What if for some reason my napkin falls on the floor? You can take it up, but I wouldn't advise you to use it because of hygiene. I would simply raise my hand and ask for a new napkin. Also, if anything gets on your mouth while you're eating, you can simply take your napkin and take your time and dab the area. Do not wipe. Just take your time and dab the area. And always remember to use that section that you're gonna fold under, because especially if you're wearing lipstick, you know, you don't want everything to be visible. When you're having bread, you don't want to take the entire bread and put it up to your mouth, and you don't want to open the whole bread and put the butter in. What you should do is break a bite-sized piece of the bread like that. Take the butter, put it on the bread, and then you eat. So now it's time for me to drink my soup. It's gonna serve as my appetizer. I'm gonna take my soup spoon, dip the spoon in the center of the bowl, and go towards the end of the bowl away from me. And then I'm going to wipe the spoon to make sure that nothing falls on my clothes when I'm gonna drink, and then I'm gonna drink. Now it's time to partake of my salad. My salad utensils are on the outermost part. So I have my salad fork and my salad knife. I'm going to take them up. My knife in my right hand, my fork in my left hand. I'm going to take a piece of my salad. And in American culture, we switch the fork to the right hand, and then we eat. In European cultures and continental cultures, again, we take the salad, this time I'm gonna keep the fork in my left hand, keep the knife in my right hand, and I'm going to eat my salad. Okay, so now it's time for my main course. I'm gonna use my dinner knife and my dinner fork, and those are the only ones that are left on the sides. So I'm gonna take my knife, I'm going to cut into my chicken, and I'm gonna put my knife down and eat. A good point to note is that whenever your hands are not on your utensils, like for example when you're chewing, you should keep your hands on your lap under the table. Well, in most cultures, because in some cultures they would like for you to put your wrist on the table so that your hands are visible, and in that case they know that you do not have any weapon under the table. But for most part, we will keep our hands under the table. Never you put your elbows on the table. That's considered bad manners. Unless you're taking a break between meals and you're having a conversation with your dining partners. That's the only way you should keep your hand on the table, or your elbow on the table, I should say. Also, make sure that when you're chewing with your mouth closed and it's as quiet as you can get it. Do not and disturb your dining partners, because that's in poor taste. Once you're finished your meal, you want to place your utensils in a 6 o'clock position vertically, or you can place it diagonally like 10 minutes to 4 o'clock. So any way you want to do it, that's okay. You can also have your fork up, or you can have it down. When your utensils are like this, then you're basically indicating to the waiter or the hostess or whomever that you're done with this meal. Now, this is also a good time to go to the restroom if you so desire before your dessert comes. Now, if you're going to the restroom, you want to take your napkin and you're going to place it on your chair to indicate that you're coming back. Now it's time for the favorite part, the dessert. Now, when it comes on to eating dessert, you can use a fork, a spoon, or both. It all depends on the texture, or basically what you're having. For example, if you're just having a cake or something of a harder texture, then you can use your fork only. If you're eating something that's soft, then you can use only your spoon. However, if you're eating something that has a combination of textures, for example, what I'll be having now, I'm having soft cake topped with custard. So in that case, I'm going to use both my utensils. So I'm going to take my spoon and my fork. I'm going to take it around here. I'm going to take my fork and place inside the dessert. I'm going to take my spoon and scoop a piece of my dessert. My fork is basically holding it down. Then I'm going to use a fork to also help to push any remaining piece that I have right there on my spoon, and then I'm gonna eat. Now that I'm finished my meal, I'm going to take my napkin, fold it, not very neat, doesn't have to be neat. I'm going to put it to the left of my plate. If I'm at a restaurant and I'm expected to pay, then I'll make eye contact with the waiter, and then of course they'll come over, collect my card or my cash, and then bring it back. Otherwise, if I'm at someone's home, then I will just get up and take my pocketbook, go wherever the host or the hostess escorts me to, if I'm not ready to go home or if I'm going to hang out a bit or something. So basically, once I'm finished dining, then I'm going to leave the dining area. I'm going to take my bag and I am going to leave. Thank you for making it to the end of my video. I'm hoping that you will take some of my points, my tips, and you will feel more comfortable, more confident, and more elegant when dining in a formal setting. Please like, comment, and share, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more content like this. Thank you. Bye for now.